On today's Witch Word of the Day, what is that I sense? Is it a crossover? Because today's word of the day is Alewife's Revenge, Kevin. This was made up for the show Agatha All Along, which is part of the MCU. It causes facial swelling, delirium, and potential death with a complex antidote requiring ingredients like honey, mustard seed, and petroleum jelly. Why does this have anything to do with this episode? It doesn't. But on our other podcast, Solving for X, we're talking about Agatha All Along episode 3 today, and the spell comes up, so I thought it'd be fun to cross-pollinate.
Yeah, it's witchy enough.
Yeah.
I love it.
You haven't even read that?
Wait, what are you doing with the book?
So he has the confidence to finish the story.
Hear now the words of the witches.
Can you hear the words of the witches? Yeah, the words of the witches.
Welcome to Words of the Witches, the Charmed podcast that will guide you through the lesser-known published lore of the Charmed universe.
In this night and in this hour, we call upon our fanboy power, bringing education and stupefaction to all of you.
Together, we will use our knowledge and reverence abundantly, but also find ourselves sassy and delightful.
Which is why we will truly be charmed.
All right, welcome, spell warders, to Words of the Witches, episode 165. I am Kevin, your resident charmed resource.
I'm Shannen, and I'm holding in all my geekiness right now.
Because why? We have a wonderful, the super sexy, rentedly talented Jay Rodriguez.
Oh my gosh. I thought it was an Adele Dazeem intro. I got nervous. Hi.
Amazing. Hi.
This is so cool.
Super
Thanks
exciting.
for having me on.
Of course. Yeah, we've been talking for several years now. It's very exciting. I have like a super huge crush on you. It's fine. I don't care.
Oh, it's mutual. It's mutual.
Where might people know you from? Because there's
I don't
many
know how
things.
old they are.
Yeah.
It's, my career, I'm looking at my wall that has all show posters on it. My career started in Rent on Broadway. Did that for almost half a decade, and then got a big show called Queer Eye, which was a makeover show. Not the one on Netflix, the one your parents watched. Or maybe you snuck downstairs to the basement to watch it when they were asleep. So did that for 100 episodes, and that's kind of probably where, you know, even if people didn't see the show, they kind of heard that title. And I've popped into every episodic you can imagine, from Grey's Anatomy, Bones, The Rookie, The Magicians on Sci-Fi, speaking of witches. So it's been a real... It's been a long career. I mean, I've been doing this since 1997. So this is kind of really cool to be able to deep dive, not on just about this show, but maybe offer a little bit of the behind the scenes of what might have occurred for some of the actors from that perspective.
Yeah, very exciting. I've got a preview of some of these stories, and I think they're very good and very fun. So I'm excited to hear more. Yeah. So like when Queer Eye first came out, that was... What, 2003 it premiered?
2003. Yeah, I'd left Rent to do an off-Broadway musical for 6 months, playing a magical matchmaking fairy with magical powers. So it's kind of on point. The show was called Xana Don't, and I played the title character, Xana. And that was kind of my first time playing anyone with magical powers. And it was a really fun show. It was the same year Hairspray opened on Broadway. It was the same, bright, colorful, energetic, 90 minutes nonstop. And I was doing that off Broadway, and with the intent to go back to Rent after 6 months. And then I got this little show in a medium that was new. I mean, there was no reference. No one knew what reality TV was really at that point. We had Trading Spaces. We had The Real World, which was more docu-reality, but this in this format hadn't been done. So when I signed on, I really thought no one would ever see it. Bravo hadn't been on the map. I just did Watch What Happens Live a couple of years ago. And Andy was like, "You guys built this place." And I was like, "Great, give us residuals." No, it's amazing. But Bravo didn't, I literally, you had to search for it. It wasn't what it is today. So I didn't think anyone would ever see the show. And even at our wrap party for season 1, it was like telling the other cast members, "It was so nice meeting you. Stay in touch." Like, really never thought we'd see each other again. And yeah crazy.
Wow. Yeah. And at that time, it was Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. That was the full
That's right.
title.
You know what's really fascinating? We actually dropped for the Straight Guy season
Like halfway
2
through?
onward.
Okay.
But it just stuck. And so now even the creator of the show references our version as For the Straight Guy, even though we did less episodes with that title.
Sure.
It just was forever branded that way. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when it came out. I didn't watch it when it was originally airing because I didn't have
You were
cable.
12.
I didn't have the channel. I was pretty young. It was around the time Charmed was on, actually. So you like half of the series of Charmed was during your run of the show.
Yeah, it's actually during that time. I mean, that was the cool thing about
Yeah.
Queer Eye. Suddenly I was in rooms with people that would be on shows like Charmed, which I had never really had been that much before.
Yeah.
By the way, in case you're wondering, you're in my animal room. Like I have a whole
Oh, yay.
reptile.
The animal
fun.
room. Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
those.
We like animals.
In
Yes.
case you were wondering what was happening behind me. Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't watch the show until like 2013 when I was in college and stuff. So
Yeah.
But
And then they
I
also
watch it all.
added-
I watched it.
in 2013 they started putting it during the day. Megan Mullally, Karen from Will and Grace had a talk show that went off the air, and they put us like in that slot during the day. So I'd be at the gym and I'm like, oh no, like, you know, you're seeing like yourself from
Yeah.
like 8-9 years ago, and like you're working out and people are like, what? I'm like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So funny.
Sean, any questions?
Well, I'll tell my little story. I've also loved you since Queer Eye and Xana Don't. I have the soundtrack, listened to it a million times. But speaking of old school, so I looked this up today. It would have been in like 2014. I was at a Gay Days. This is before Disney like was selling merch and stuff. This is when it was still like secret. And just to give like the listeners context, it was right after RuPaul season 6. So literally, like, we saw Benda La Creme at Jazz Kitchen, and somebody was holding a light over her on like a made up stage. Like, it was super ghetto. Like, queens weren't what they are today yet. But my friend and I were standing in House of Blues because it was still on Downtown Disney. And my friend suddenly went really like straight. She's a girl named Rachel. And she's like, Sean, don't make a big deal, but somebody's standing next to me. And I looked over and it was Jay Rodriguez just waiting to watch Manoa Luzon with us. And I just like, I want to talk to him
That
so
is
bad, but I'm so
I
scared.
remember that because that's the only Gay Days I've ever been to. So I distinctly remember it. And House of Blues was where they were doing all these performances. I remember Manila. And by the way, I am the guy that no one ever just says Jay. Like, I come with a front and last name. I don't know when it started, but I will forever just be. And I have, like, I feel weird saying that about some actors. Like, it's got to be Alyssa Milano. Like, you would never just say Alyssa. You know what I mean? Like, it's interesting. Some people come with both names at all times.
So funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was
so
my
very
new experience.
Cool.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I
was
love
too
that
nervous.
show. Full circle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So let me ask you, what is your experience with Charmed? What is your familiarity with the show?
So, I mean, it started in the late 90s. And I don't know, for folks who are maybe a little younger, we didn't have the ability to record things. You could record it on VHS, but things like TiVo and stuff like that were pretty new, and that's early aughts that those came into existence. I remember because I got a TiVo when I was doing Queer Eye, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And it was basically a separate box that allowed you to record television programs, to fast forward them, to rewind. We didn't have that. So if you missed an episode of Charmed, you'd have to wait till they replayed it on the weekend, or hope that someone you knew had taped it. And then you'd wait to, if you missed it and you wanted to catch up in its entirety, our version of binging was buying the box set when it came out. And you would get VHS and DVDs at places like Blockbuster or even Virgin Megastore or Tower Records would sell these kind of scripted shows in their box form. And it was pretty coveted because even some of the boxes would become like collector's items. So it's a different era. I remember growing up with people like Shannon Doherty on television from 90210, Alyssa Milano, who's the boss. She also played the Long Island Lolita. I'm from Long Island, New York, so I remember her version of it as well. And so these are the kind of with the next chapter when the teenagers we grow up with become young women. And this show specifically, I think the double edge of these sort of, witches always having this negative connotation to sort of humanize them, show them as powerful women at this station in life was perfect casting for these specific women.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. And I didn't tell you this, but my mom is from Long Island.
Did you tell her about
Yeah.
me? Did you tell her that we're going to have our wedding there? Does she know?
No, unfortunately, she passed a few years ago, sadly.
Oh, well, I really stepped into that one.
I
Well, I'm
know.
so sorry.
Yeah. No, no, thank you. It's been a
Well, now we
time.
really need to have our wedding there in honor of her.
Yeah. But yeah, she grew up in Brentwood, and there was a period where it looked like I almost was going to grow up there. So it could have
I
been
went to
completely different.
Brentwood Elementary School.
Wow,
That's so wild.
so crazy. So, ships in the night.
Small world.
So, how much Charmed have you seen?
So I was realizing as I was skimming through today,
Yeah.
I've seen quite a bit of it, but I think one of the things that I'm looking forward to now is being able to go back and binge it from jump, which I do a
Yeah.
lot. I actually,
Yeah.
I don't mind starting over shows from the beginning, because even if you watched it back then, again, we couldn't really rewind unless you're watching it on VHS or DVD. So if you missed it, if you had to go pee, like you missed it. You know what
That's
I mean?
it. Yeah.
So there's nuance and there's layers and there's Easter eggs. And so all of that is what I'm looking forward to. And I think the show does a really great job of like also unpacking of like, they had a lot of practical things back in the day. And by practical, I mean, there wasn't a lot of CGI that was readily available. And what was really expensive. So for a television show like Charmed, they would have to do as much as possible that was practical to fool the viewer, to fool the eyes, to create this sort of wonder, because everything else would be so much money in addition to and take a lot of time. Now everything's so digital that it's easier to kind of fool the eye with on-screen magic. But in those days, you really had to do as much as you could that was practical. And I think that's part of the charm of the show.
Charm. Absolutely. I really miss those days. And that's something, I mean, a crossover Agatha all along, that show went back to a lot of the practical too, which is, there's something very special about having physical things and real life things in your
People
world
love
that
it.
you
Even
can
the
play
girls
with.
who did Wicked, they were like, they loved entering a world where you could touch things, you could open props. And, for set dressers and people who are in production design, what a dream. Because they have all these ideas, and then if they have a budget to create them and create this world, it really does serve the piece. It serves the actors. All of a sudden, we, the viewer, are just so much that more invested.
Yeah. So let's get into our stuff for today. I'm very excited to get through these things. First, we did have a poll from last week, and I should have sent you the pictures. Dang it. But what is the most iconic outfit out of Hellfire Prue, Coyote Piper, Phoebe, she was a mermaid at one point, or Noir Page? I said Hellfire.
All right, without seeing them before you guys go into it,
Okay.
I'm going to guess, if I were to guess what y'all are going to say, something about the Phoebe, that just like the idea of, I'm curious about how they did it. But maybe that's not the most iconic. I'm very curious to what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I said it last week. What did you say, Sean? I forget.
I said charm or noir page.
Oh,
Noir
like
Page.
film noir kind
Okay.
of vibe, like black and white.
Yeah,
Kind
the
of- Ooh,
bright
yeah.
red lips and yeah.
Cool. And I said Hellfire Prue because I actually cosplayed that look, and so I have such a kinship to it now. I'm gonna bring it
Okay,
back.
great. Then we won't fight for Halloween costumes. I'll just be Phoebe.
There you go.
And
I would love to see that.
Page.
Yeah.
How do you think this went down, Sean?
I think people are gonna say noir page because that's so loved.
Okay. So I'll do Instagram first. So Noir Page got 3%.
Fuck my drag.
Wow.
6 votes. Then it was Phoebe, 17% at 40 votes.
Okay.
Coyote Piper also got 17%, but was at 41 votes, so they were like neck and neck. And Hellfire Prue got 63%, 148 votes.
Wow.
Wow, that's just because you made a bunch of accounts and kept voting as.
I swear. I'm like, it's interesting. It's interesting. Paul from Power of X-Men did say he liked Cody Piper the best, but a lot of people were saying I can't choose. I was getting a lot of proos. It's just interesting. On YouTube, Murphy got 0%.
Oh.
And then it was Noir Page at 12%, Cody Piper at 18%, and Hellfire Pro won again at 71%.
Wow.
So, and maybe they're just reeling from the loss of Shannen Doherty. Maybe that's part of it.
That could be accurate.
Yeah. So, but yeah, just fun stuff. All right. Before we get into our magazine, I do have some manner keeping.
You can't just vanquish an entire house, especially not our house. People are gonna notice.
Manner keeping.
Well, the problem isn't the manner. It's the manner in which it was treated.
A good witch is a clean witch.
Last episode, we talked about how Paige was not obsessed with shoes. The magazine kept saying she was obsessed with shoes. But I did want to highlight that in Sam I Am, season 5, episode 9, she talked about, like, her Jimmy Choos. She's like, don't mess up my Jimmy Choos. And then she did, like, the go-go boots and witch stock. So I guess there were some instances, but it was only when it was convenient for the story. Or funny to make a joke. Okay. Rose recently appeared on a podcast that was a 2-hour conversation called We Need to Talk with Paul C. Brunson, and it was like her life story getting into the nitty-gritty, and I thought it was super fascinating. Part of it was before she came to Charmed, this was like a time where she was pretty well known, she was pretty super famous, yet she was kind of being blacklisted by Weinstein. So she wasn't finding work, and part of the reason Aaron Spelling sought her out was because he knew of Weinstein's reputation and did not like him.
Wow.
So that was kind of new information. Yeah. He was kind of trying to rescue her a little bit. And she talked about how she had kind of a tumultuous time on the set too, but she separates that from the magic that Charmed brought. She's really proud of the product. She's really proud of the show and its impact. And so it's really kind of cool that she can separate that and still, be part of the world. I learned that they wanted to do a musical episode of Charmed. You know how much I always wanted to do a musical episode of Charmed? And I was always mad they never had one.
It's not too late. Start your own unauthorized version.
Oh,
it's already been done.
I wrote a whole musical. I cast it. I produced it on this podcast. It's a radio musical. So here's the full script you can buy on Amazon. There's my picture on my face. And I started making a soundtrack. Going back to old school. Nobody listens to CDs anymore, but I have a soundtrack ready to go.
That's incredible.
Track list. Yeah, it's beautiful. So
I knew it.
So that's more manner keeping. But yeah, you can listen to it on this
like
podcast.
Not that Kevin would miss an opportunity to do that.
Right.
Yeah,
Kevin, can you tell us where they can find it in the new voice?
What new voice?
On Amazon.
That, yeah. You can find Where's the Witches on Amazon.
That's right.
Also, Witches Brew, A Dream of Waking, which is the book that Sean wrote. So there's that on there too. But yeah, they wanted to do a musical episode, and they've run it by the actors, and they all vetoed it. No, but none of them wanted to sing.
Wow.
So that's why it never happened.
Womp womp.
It's like, dang. So let's get into our magazine, this issue. Woo. So this is Charmed Magazine number 21, Wedding Bells. Belles. Bells. This was published January 15th, 2008, and edited by Helen Gregory, designers Daniel Burra, Simon Christophers, and writers Ian Spelling, Brian Cairns, Kate Anderson, Kate Lloyd, and Natalie Barnes. So,
and you could purchase this magazine back then for a cool $6.99.
Yep, there it is, $6.99. Yep, right in your local bookstore. Mm-hmm. Or you can get the subscription, which I didn't do because I didn't want my name on it. I wanted it pure.
Got it.
All right, so I'll start off with the Wedding Bells editor's note. Hi guys, welcome to your official Charmed magazine. This latest issue has seen the Charmed magazine office literally swooning at the thought of all those lovely Charmed men, from the eternally romantic Leo to the gorgeously dangerous Cole. And the list doesn't end there. No, our charmed girls certainly got their fair share of romance over the years. We've lost count of the total boyfriends Phoebe went through, but she did find true love in the end with Cupid Coop, alliteration. And Paige, whose relationships just never seemed to last, eventually found someone she could love forever when she met Henry. One relationship that didn't go exactly to plan was that of Piper and Leo. We all know they were perfect for each other, but those pesky writers just couldn't let them be, giving them the most difficult relationship known to man. I mean, did any of you find yourself groaning and screaming at the TV for the writers to give them a break? Anyone? No one? Oh, just me then. We can't talk about romance without mentioning Charm's very own Romeo and Juliet. Yes, Prue and Andy. How cruel they were separated so early on. They never got a chance, did they? To celebrate the highs and lows of the Hallowell's love lives, we put together an issue jam-packed with features, top 10s, and quizzes. We count down the most romantic moments. You may want to bring a box of tissues for that one. Test you on all things loved up and find what our charmed hunks are up to now. Someone who knows all about the Charm story, having worked on the show from the beginning till the end. It's prop master Roger Montesano. Roger chatted to us about his days on the show and let us in on a few secrets. If you have a favorite couple or romantic moment, I'd love to hear about it. Drop me a line at the usual address. See you next time, Helen. Ta-da! And there's her Phoebe with her.
And Helen probably meant a physical address.
Yeah.
Yes.
You were not
Nailed this to
Helen, I don't think.
The UK. Right. All right.
All right. Are you ready for the Bay Mirror?
Yes.
Ooh, yes.
All right. So Planet Terror soundtrack is on sale. Robert Rodriguez ended up selling Grindhouse to Weinstein, which forced Rose to come into contact with him again at the premiere, which is icky.
So that's something I learned from the interview. So that wasn't in this magazine. That's just something I added from the interview because there they are together. They were dating at this time. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then it says here, Season 8 Easter eggs. Please read these so that listeners can find them if they want to. Oh, sorry, I was just pulling a Trump. So to locate the first of these concealed gems, go to the main menu, highlight subtitles, and press up. This will cause the triquetra to appear on Phoebe's arm. Click on the triquetra, and you'll be given a fiendishly funny insight into the world of Charmed's infamous tape ball. Remember him? The second Easter egg can be found by going to the episode selection screen, highlighting Forever Charmed, and then pressing over. This will reveal another triquetra on Phoebe's arm, this time affording viewers a sneak peek at Charm's 150th episode party. Check out that delicious looking cake. Are they talking about Alyssa Milano's? Who knows? Last but by no means least, on the bonus menu screen, highlight main menu and press over to reveal the final Easter egg. An interview with Charm's much loved prop manager. What are you waiting for? Get cracking. That's cute. I like that.
Yeah.
Terrible.
So that's this box set. If you have this season 8 box set, that's where it is. It's the only season that has special features. So, and we're just talking about that. So it's perfect, Jay. Thanks for mentioning that.
I like how it's the only season with special features, but they're hidden. So you
Yeah.
can't even
No.
get to
Well.
them.
No, there are other ones too. These are just the Easter eggs
Okay.
ones. There are regular ones, but those are like bonus special features. So
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Just in time for 2026, there's a 2008 Charmed calendar. Gotta grab that. Jennifer Rhodes has been busy. We also have an Alyssa update. I'll come back to those. Balthazar Getty became a father to a 4th child. Rose was set to be in a new Barbarella movie, which I would have been obsessed with because I love Barbarella so much.
Yeah, we're kind of due for a remake or a reboot or whatever.
Yeah, it showed her as being so like smart but like flirtatious and sexy at the same time. Like it was the perfect like look at a woman. And TNT shows Charmed 4 times a day, Monday through Friday, and 6 times on Friday. 6 times
Monday
on
through
Friday,
Thursday.
Kevin.
Yeah, 4 times Monday through Thursday, and then 6 times on Fridays. I know, isn't that crazy?
Oh,
That's why a
what
lot of
did I
people
say?
discovered it on TNT. You said Monday
Let
through
me
Friday.
tell you something. Those residual checks must be very lovely.
Yeah,
That amount.
and they're still to this day. They still show them on TNT to this day. They're on in gyms constantly all around the nation.
Tell us, because I didn't read this. Tell us what Jennifer Rhodes is up to. I'm just going off your notes. I'm sorry.
No, I put busy just because it pretty much just listed everything that she was doing, and Jennifer Rose just does everything, all kinds of shows. She's, you know, a character actor who just kind of shows up whenever they need her. Tons of commercials, so yeah.
Ask Phoebe section obviously is basically an advice column, and we've got a couple set aside. We got 3. So we have our first one, which I thought was kind of really interesting because it's basically a girl who's been dating this guy. She's calling them the psycho ex-boy, the stalker ex-boyfriend. But if you do read it a little longer, she basically says that her ex-boyfriend won't leave her alone, not in a scary psycho sort of way, just annoying.
Right.
And by the way, she went out with this guy for only 6 months. And so, right. And I'm like, that is the window. I feel like, I don't know about y'all, but for me, after 3, that's usually when I know. And even if I know it's not going to work, I might still stay in for another 3, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. So she stayed in too long. Now she wants some advice on how to get out of it. And honestly, the response is great, which was just tell him enough is enough and change your contacts if need be. Now, mind you, this was pre-social media, so she probably could have just blocked him now.
Right.
But back in the day, you did have to change your phone number. Like, you couldn't block someone from calling.
There was no
your
option.
house.
Yeah.
It wasn't an option. So I guess kind of good advice that probably could be updated these days. Okay. The second one has to do with a dirty roommate. Do you guys have roommates? Is this relatable to anyone? No?
I mean, it has been in the past.
Yeah. The roommates I have are much cleaner than me, so it doesn't really matter.
There you go. Okay. So I had a roommate. He would keep this room, which was his private room. I never knew. It was a question mark. Like, anytime the door was open, it was immaculate, but I'm sure he maybe was messy. But in the common areas, absolutely needed to be cleaned, and we both did a good job. But this is a college student, and so the response was from Phoebe, ask student housing if you can move or, just try to compromise, which I'm like some messes are okay. Like kitchen, I don't know, especially if they're in college, like you can already smell what that dorm was like.
Yeah.
Not great. Okay. And the last one, I don't want to go to college. Now,
I want to see the world.
I know it's so normal for us to use language now like gap year, but back then not doing the designated things, like it was pretty high pressure, not just from family and friends, but society at large. And I think there is something magical. Look, I went to high school, and right out of high school I got rent, but I did start college. I was there for like almost a semester before I started doing rent, and it ended up not being the path for me. So I do think the response is good, which is go travel. You can always do college later. That is true. If there's something that's calling you, especially in those years where you get to make mistakes in a big way, maybe there is value just kind of living a little bit before you lock in, because the college experience can be tricky.
Yeah, and it's not for everyone. Like I was one of those people that went because that's what I was taught. That's what I thought that's what you had to do, and I went for theater, but I was like, I kind of wish I did it. Just 'cause I learned a lot, but it's like now I have all this like student loans, blah, stupid.
Right. Yeah, I get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Same
that's
story,
all I
but
got
for animation.
All I got for this week's Ask Phoebe.
Yeah. Well, thank you. So now we have The Witches Get Hitched, and this is all about the Charmed One's weddings. I am very confused why this dog is here, though. There's a dog in this picture, and it's not in the episode.
It's not?
What is
Was
this
it not
dog?
personal?
No.
You
She was holding a
not
bouquet of
personal
flowers, and maybe it could have been, but
Well,
I was
here's
just
the
like,
thing we
this is
talked
so
about offline,
strange.
Kevin, is like, so how do they license so many of these images? Because generally, even back then, you had to pay the photographer to license them. So if this was like an impromptu shoot that they didn't end up using, or this could even be something that people haven't talked about much, when you are doing an episode, when you have a wardrobe fitting for television, they photograph it. They take Polaroids, and all these Polaroids are what the producers and directors look at to make, and the network might even decide on what color you wear. So if it's something as big as a wedding day, you better believe the network's going to have an opinion on what gown they would be wearing on their wedding day. For sure. 100%.
So yeah, I don't remember what her dog was at the time, because I know she got Lucy, which was a Chihuahua, but that wasn't until like season 6 or 7. So this could have been an older dog that she had, and it was one that was taken, while she was just on set, and it had happened to be there. but still very strange to be putting in this magazine.
Yeah.
You
Just
even
a
know what dogs they had at what times? Like, that's crazy.
Why we wonder why they have a restraining order against him.
You know, Bug and Fester were Rose's Boston Terriers.
You probably don't even know my dog's name.
I don't. What's your dog's name?
I'm hanging up. I'm out.
No, tell me.
No,
my dog's
continue
name-
with me.
Yes, my dog's name is Rico, and he came with that name, and I just thought it was perfect.
Oh, like Rico Suave.
Everyone calls him Rico Suave, yeah, for sure.
Of course, you have to be of a certain age to get that reference, but
Yeah,
still.
exactly.
I love it. So I will look for pictures now of Rico, and I will
Yes.
love them. All right, so Witches Get Hitched. So we first have Prue. She married Zyle, the warlock that was kind of forced upon her in a dark ceremony. She was tricked into marrying him.
Don't you
And
hate when
then
that
turned her
happens?
evil. I know, right?
Worst.
And it's strange because they have this is her wedding, and they only have one photo of her and him together, and it was barely seeing her face. They were barely together in this episode.
Wow.
But they do share this really cool kiss, and then the transition was cool because they spinned from the cafe to the Dantalian's lair. I like that kind of transition.
By the way, weddings are
Yeah.
fun on camera. I got married on Uncoupled, which is a Darren Star show who created Sex and the City, and my
Nice.
wedding was at the Boathouse in Brooklyn. I had to walk down a staircase. There was real music. We went through a whole ceremony. I genuinely left feeling betrothed. So I just wonder for when you're filming something like this. I mean, maybe some of the girls had already been married, but it does feel pretty darn real sometimes because you go through all the motions.
Yeah. And you have the outfits, you have the people, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next we have Piper and Leo. They got married and just harried. There's that one wedding photo of them there. And that's the one where Prue got arrested a little bit too, got to jail. I have my Book of Shadows, I don't know if you can see it, on the hand fasting page today because that was the one they used for their wedding.
Wow.
Then we have Phoebe and Cole. They technically get married twice in one episode. Well, they had two different weddings. They didn't get married twice, but they had two different weddings. They had the church one that kind of got canceled, and then they have the dark ceremony one in the mausoleum area. Then we have, another Phoebe. Phoebe and Dex. Season 8 with Jason Lewis. And then there's Phoebe and Coop. That was her final betrothed, the Cupid. And then there was Paige and Henry, my favorite couple of the series, Paige and Henry. And they got married, in season 8. So, ta-da!
Ta-da. All right, well, let's continue on this train. Top 10 romantic moments. So, number 10, this sounds kind of funny to me because, it is romantic, but not. Andy dies to save Prue. Aww. Chris rushes to Bianca's aid. Henry fights for Paige. Phoebe helps Cole fake his death. Only in Charmed would these be romantic moments.
Honestly, if that isn't love,
That's true.
I mean,
get a guy who will fake your death for you.
it was romantic because she was supposed to kill him and she let him go away. That's the romantic part.
Got it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Brody dies in Paige's arms. Cole
Bleh.
returns to
Brody.
help Phoebe love again. Right. Leo proposes to Piper. Phoebe falls for Coop. Paige and Henry get married. Number 1, I mean, it's kind of obvious, but Piper and Leo tie the knot
I know.
finally.
I'm so bored by that.
I know.
I love them, but I'm like, okay. That's they're the power couple of this series, I know.
Yep.
Love.
And I love the Henry fights for Paige. That's still one of my most romantic moments. I would move that much higher, but it's just me.
When you get proposed to, they better use something from Charmed.
Yeah, they should. They can do the whole dialogue Heart to thee, body to thee, always and forever, so mote it be.
But what's going to happen? He's going to be like, "Oh, actually, that line wasn't accurate." Like, it was.
I know.
Know.
Listen, if you're watching Fellow Groom, you need to inscribe it on the band and double check that it's actually the word, so you don't say it wrong. It's already in the band.
Yeah, there you
Save
go.
yourself some trouble.
Smart.
I was thinking.
All right, so we have our Grimoire game of the issue.
What is this, some kind of game? Some people think this is entertainment.
This is our Charmed quiz.
That's right. So we've got some questions. The first ones are you'd get 1 point for every question you answered correctly. Here are some of the questions in part 1, which is, what was the name of Prue's high school sweetheart?
Andy.
Good job, 1 point. All right.
Yay.
In Dead Man Dating, this is question number 2. What's so unusual about the guy Piper meets and falls for?
He's a ghost.
Yeah.
Mark Chow.
Is that unusual? Okay, all right. All right. Question number 3. Why was Piper's romance with Leo forbidden?
It's because it would interfere. Well, because they would interfere with their jobs. They don't want losing innocence and stuff like that. I feel like what's the answer say? I don't know where it is, but
You're like,
so
I am
say,
pretty sure my answer is right. Screw the magazine.
Yeah, well, it says because Leo was a white lady and Piper was a witch. That's really basic to me. Like, there's a reason. They working together, and because they work together, they're not supposed to like fall in love, pretty much.
Got it. Don't get your spells where you get your brew. Okay.
Right.
Here we go. Question number 4. Which guy way back in season 1 did Piper and Phoebe both have their eye on?
They're talking about Leo?
Leo. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's Leo, yeah.
Okay.
All right, question number 5. Who sent Drake, the literature teacher at magic school, to romance
you don't know who that is.
and restore her faith in love?
Cole.
Yeah, good old Cole. All right. Question number 6. Which Charmed one dated Richard Montana and Kyle Brody?
Page. Page.
Was it Paj? Oh, Paj. God bless Paj. Okay.
Decoupage.
I hope you're playing along at home. Okay. What was the name of Prue's colleague who she dated after Andy's death?
Jack Sheridan. Lachlan Monroe.
Those are great names, by the way. All
Yeah.
right. Question number 8 out of 10. Paige dated a guy called Nate. What was his big secret, which caused Paige to dump him?
He was married.
He was married.
Aren't they always? All right. Question number 9. What was so unusual about Billy, the cute guy Phoebe fancied in Chick Flick?
Oh, you just watched this episode today?
I did. I know the answer, but
Say it. Say it.
Well,
you can say it.
he wasn't real. He was in the movies.
He was in the movies. Yeah.
But she'd always he taught her how to love, and so she had this affinity. But then at the end, they have this beautiful exchange where he's back in the film and he's encouraging her to find someone in 4D, and they have this beautiful moment where she's at the edge of this sort of black and white screen. He's oversized because he's taking up the whole screen, but he's looking down at her as if he can really see her. And he puts his hand out and she meets his hand. And that was really sweet. I thought it was also beautiful in the wide shot where you could just see how small she was compared to him. It was just beautiful. That was a great moment. And the final question on this quiz, according to a prophecy, Phoebe's true love's name began with what letter?
C.
A C, because that's the only shape a apple core can make.
Yes.
Good job.
Or apple peel. Sorry, apple peel, not core, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So I will do, well, I guess I won't read this. It's pictures. Say cheese. If you can identify these hunky characters, give yourself 1 point. So I would guess I'll show this picture. It's on the screen. All right.
We've had this picture before, and I didn't remember who it was then because it's hard to see.
Well, this one's brand new. This is Adam Prince. This is from Happily Ever After. It was the guy. He was a one episode guy, kind of guy that Phoebe kind of dated in this one. Adam Prince. He's supposed to be like the Prince Charming of the fairy tales. Okay, what's number 2? Can you tell?
Jeremy?
Oh,
That's Dan.
Oh, it is.
Yep. 3 might be tricky. That's Clay from Feats of Clay.
Okay.
You know 4, right? You know who 4 is.
Yeah. I just
Say it.
remember his real name though, Dax Shepard.
Dex Lawson.
Dex Lawson.
Okay, who's 5?
Coop.
Then we got Kyle.
Yep.
Kyle Brody. Kerr Smith. 7 we know.
Henry.
Henry! Get in the cellar, Henry! And this number 8 picture is a very bad picture. It's kind of hard to see, but that's Jason Dean. So, ta-da.
Okay. All right, well, now you have to unscramble these letters for me. Sonam Connoir.
That's Mason. What's his name? Cowan. He's the son of Mr. Cowan, Paige's boss at the South Bay Social Services.
Teen Carps.
Nate Parks.
Los Netrer.
Cole Turner.
Ext Solon.
Dex Lawson. Good. Okay.
Remiege Rensub.
oh my god, that's my favorite drink. Oh, it's delicious.
That's beautiful.
I feel like I'm like
that's
secretly telling people to join the army or something.
Yeah.
Ivan et Niage.
Yeah.
Join the Navy. That's Jeremy Burns.
Elo Tati. I did that position once.
That's very titillating, Sean. Hello, Tati. That's Leo Wyatt.
Carm Oak.
Mark Chow.
Danny Udert.
That sounds like beep boop beep boop.
It's giving beat boot vibes.
Yeah. Andy Trudeau.
Bena Giuseppe. Giuseppe.
Just Bane Jessup. Yeah.
Lana Tanston.
And Tony Sabato Jr. played him.
Oh yeah.
And Lana Tanston. This is a very obscure one. This is Alan Stanton. That was the one that Prue dated in She's a Man, Baby, a Man briefly. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And he actually, and the actor, I forget the actor's name, he came back later on in season 8 and was like the police detective that trained Paige. So it's always funny when they recycle actors.
They never do that.
I mean, as we find out later in this issue.
I know.
By the way, one of my favorite shows is The Golden Girls, and they treated it like a troupe of actors. And so there are several actors who play multiple characters because, again, they weren't planning on us binging it on streaming so quickly.
Yeah.
So, when you're watching it in one sitting, you're like, hold up, that is the same person that was this person. And for context, in modern day, like I was on Grey's Anatomy, and sometimes my agents will forget, and they'll send me up for. I'm like, I can't do it. Anything in Shondaland all happens in the same city. So like, Station 19 is in the same place as Grey's. So I can't even do that show. I'd have to come back as my character.
Wow.
Interesting.
They're shooting themselves in the foot. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I think I think they said after 8 years you can. So I'm pretty close.
But continuity, that's really cool. Dedication. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm rewatching Bewitched now, and Paul Linda just showed up as like Uncle what's his face, the magic guy. But like the season before, he was just some awkward like student driving teacher. He was an awkward driving teacher that was super nervous. I'm like, Paul Lind.
That's funny.
You can't be this guy. Yeah. Oh, that's done. Okay, So, love spells.
Love spells. Let's get into them. If you can remember which charmed one casts these memorable spells, give yourself 2 points. All right. I'll let you kids keep score privately, and I'll walk through these. Okay. Just let me know at the end if you got them all right. No cheating, Kevin. I know how you are. All right. Ready? I conjure thee. I conjure thee. I'm the queen. You're the bee. As I desire, so it shall be. That's your first one. Second one is
So shall
I
it be.
beseech.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Well, we'll say the answer now. We can say the answer now.
Yeah. Go. Was it Penelope?
It was Piper and Phoebe in the episode Dream Sorcerer.
Okay, excellent.
Season 1, episode 5.
All right. All right, here we go. Here's number 2. I beseech all powers above, send a sign to free my sister's heart, one that will lead her to her love.
Oh, I think
I could have said that a little more sing-songy, but where was that from?
That was Phoebe, I think.
You think?
I know. I'm pretty sure.
Final answer?
Yes.
Sure, let's give you the point. Sean, so I'm pretty sure you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. 3. Within my love, wherever you be. Through time and space, take my heart nearer to thee. Actually, that's kind of a cute one too, a little love spell. I like that one.
That was Phoebe again. That was in the season 4 finale. Which way now? This is the one spell she used to astral project to Cole in the wasteland.
I thought you said ass project, and I was like, you can't see my booty from here. Okay.
Maybe later.
Open Phoebe's heart to Cole. Reveal the secret that it holds. Bring forth the passion of love's fire, that he may feel her true desire.
Paige.
Yeah.
That's in a witch.
I'm just going to check the answers because I'm not going to get any of these. So you're right so far on all of them.
Oh, good.
Me and be seduced. I have a girl to introduce. Fall for her, you can't resist her. Trust me, mister. She's my sister.
She's my sister. Yeah. That was it was such a cute spell. That was in Witchstock, and Piper did it.
Cute. All right. May peace and love from the moon above flow through your heart on the wings of a dove.
We're back at Witchstock again. That was Graham's in the past, in the 60s.
Mm-hmm. A perfect man we summon now. Another way we don't know how. To make our sister see the light. Somewhere out there is Mr. Right. Now, I've said that after a couple martinis. I don't know if anything happened, but I've said
it. Everything's worth a shot.
Yeah.
That's Phoebe and Paige in Prince Charm to give Piper her little birthday present, man.
Honestly, that's a good gift. All right, here's number 8. Hear these words. Hear my rhyme. Bless these two in this time. Bring them both into the fold. Help them now cross love's threshold.
That was Billy in Rewitched.
All right, here's number 9. Open Piper's heart to reveal that part which only Phoebe feels. Send it back from whence it came. Don't protect her from the pain.
That was Paige again in Valhalla of the Dolls. The season 6
Paige was really throwing these love spells. All right, last one.
Yep.
My heart is strong, my spirit is weak. It is an answer that I seek. The question burns within the fire, so I may hear my heart's desire.
That one is Phoebe. More questions. Part 5. More questions. Which charmed one was engaged to marry a guy called Roger?
Prue.
Yes. Before reuniting with Leo after their breakup, Piper had a long-term relationship with her next-door neighbor. Can you recall the dreamy guy's name?
Dan.
Dan Gordon. Why did Phoebe and Jason Dean break up?
Because he moved to Hong Kong and she said she likes our Disneyland better than Hong Kong's.
I'll take it. It's because he found out she was a witch, but he didn't like that. But I'll take that too. All right.
Okay.
Which lucky gal dated hunky Dex Lawson and Leslie St. Clair?
Febois.
Febois. We have weird names for them sometimes. Phoebe.
Got it.
Who was Paige dating when she first discovered her witchy powers? Ooh, this might be a tricky one because he's only in 2 episodes.
It wasn't Glenn, was it?
No, it was Shane. He's actually the son of somebody. He's the son of a famous actor. I can't remember now. But he had good hair. How many children did Phoebe and Coop have?
Did they have 2 or 3?
Well, think of the comics. Do you remember the comics?
I know they at least
It's
had
3.
1. 3? Okay.
They're all girls. PJ, Parker, Peyton. Although they don't get named into the comics. Their names didn't exist in the show, but you saw them in the show. Which cute guy became a priest?
Was this one Jay Rodriguez?
It was me.
It should have been. I was just thinking about that. You should have. Too bad you were doing Queer at the time because you could have been in the show.
I hadn't had my first guest star role in anything yet.
Yeah.
But I think it also shot in LA or Vancouver. Where did it shoot? Vancouver?
It shot in LA, yeah.
Oh yeah, I was in New York still.
Oh.
I know.
Yeah. Tears.
This was one of the brothers, the evil brothers, but one of them became the priest.
Yes, the Rowe Coven. And Brendan Rowe was the priest, yeah. How many times has Phoebe been divorced? Ooh.
Does your husband being killed count as divorce?
That's one way to get out of it.
Well, she was divorced before he was killed, so.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well,
Yes.
So Cole, Dex.
I think it's just the 2. Oh yeah, twice. Okay, good.
Okay.
All right. Which character's wedding dress was auctioned off for charity on eBay? That's not really a Charmed question. It's a behind-the-scenes question, but still. It had to be Phoebe's, right? Phoebe, yes, okay.
Okay.
And then, which Charmed ones had the least love interests?
What a bitchy question.
Oh my gosh.
Prue? I don't know. Piper had her moment, in between the Leos.
Yeah. But I think it's still Piper because she only had, Leo, Mark, Greg, Dan. And then maybe... Oh, there's a few in season 6, those little dates, but I think the other ones still beat her.
They shouldn't be beating women. That's horrible.
Terrible.
All right, we have one last section.
All right. In her past life as P. Baxter, whom did Piper marry?
Gordon Johnson, Dan's past life.
Who presided over the ceremony when Piper and Leo tied the knot?
Grams.
In which episode did Cole propose to Phoebe?
Black as coal. I proposed to you under hail of demon goo, and you accepted while I was bleeding to death. Remember? Black as coal.
Who did Prue get married to? It was a very short marriage.
Zyle.
The WB used the alternative title of A Charmed Wedding for this episode. What was its official title?
Engaged and Confused, season 8, episode 16.
Wow.
Right? True or false? All 4 charmed ones have been married in order of descending age. Prue got hitched first, then Piper, Phoebe, although she did get married again twice, and finally Paige.
Yes. It's very specific. It's true. Yes.
Yeah. Out of Phoebe, Piper, and Paige, who didn't get married in the manor house?
The manor house. That was Phoebe.
Who gave Piper away when she got married to Leo and just harried?
Victor.
True or false? It took Piper and Leo 4 attempts to get married.
Oh. Count one. I think it's only 3. 3.
It's 3. Where did Phoebe and Coop tie the knot?
Phoebe and Coop at magic school.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. You did it.
Woohoo! I can still be a Charmed fan. Okay, good.
All right, let's
All
go
right.
into something we know a little bit about, which is how to dress like Shannen.
Ooh.
Now, as you all know, Shannen Doherty growing up, like everyone, she had her 90210 days, right? And so that was early mid 90s, right? And so we're in late 90s, early aughts. So Shannon's like had this reputation of being sort of the dark horse. She was the troublemaker allegedly at 90210. There was all these stories written about her that were just completely warped, but it kind of bled into the fashion a little bit. And I think, she was such a fashion girly in her own right, and so many women wanted to look like her. So if you look at this, How to Dress Like Shannen, it's a 2-page spread. On one side, we have a very beautiful, pure, clean face, just a really gorgeous, sweet Shannen, right? But Shannen, I think oftentimes you'd see her in black. And there's this one great photo of her at what appears to be a Fendi red carpet event. She's in a simple tank with a black skirt that's got some little kind of business on it. And she's holding this really great oversized bag. Anyway, she also is sitting front row in her classic black on black with black fishnets and black thigh-high boots, leather, gorge. I mean, it's just classic Shannen.
It's so prude too, which I love.
Mm-hmm. Which after a while, a lot of actors like staying on shows a while because the writers start kind of writing for you, like elements of you. And obviously there's a separation between character and actor, but there does become kind of a morphing, that happens.
Yeah, nice. So now we have Who's the Boss? This is Christine Rose, who played Claire on Charmed. And Christine Rose contacted Charmed magazine directly after hearing from her management team that the Charmed magazine wants her. Like, hey, can you get her? She's like, okay, I'll call them. That's great. And she rewatched all 5 of her season 1 episodes in preparation for the interview, which is super cool.
Wow.
And she just got done appearing on 2 other Arian Spelling shows before she got to Claire. And I guess they liked her on those, so they immediately wanted her for Claire. Like, the agent's like, pick up the phone. You need to answer now. Like, okay. And she did work with Shannen mostly because she was the boss at Buckland's. And she had worked with Shannen before, and she talked about how much she admired how much of a professional she was and how great she was. And that's something that has consistently been coming up, which is really nice. I didn't realize this. She also played Holly's biological mother on Picket Fences as Kimberly's biological mother, her character on that show.
Wow.
Like, that's funny. She says she remembers Shannen being very encouraging, another guest star having a hard time. And so that's something that's a memory that stands out for her, which is pretty cool. She says she thinks that Claire's third episode, in her third episode, the character lost like a sense of weight and danger. So she's like, yeah, I can see why I was on the way out. Because before when I showed up, I was like the big boss. I was kind of scary. Prue was afraid of me. And then it just kind of shifted gears. At the time of this interview, she was on Heroes, the big hit Heroes, as the...
That's when I moved to LA. That was one of the biggest shows. I wanted to get on that show so bad. Everyone did. It was one of the biggest hits for NBC at that time.
I was a freshman in college at that time.
We're not that far apart in age.
No. You're 7 years older than me, I think. You're 45?
That's appropriate.
Yeah.
Dang, just call it out.
Sorry.
That's within my window.
I went to my doctor today, and he put in my notes, it was like, Kevin is a 45-year-old male. I'm like, excuse me, I'm 38. So it was on my mind. But so it was fun. So she was Angela Petrelli on Heroes, and she's done another person that's done tons of shows just everywhere she can get them. Many years of working. So pretty much if you watched the show, she was probably on it at some point. And the network believed in Heroes so much that they had a 2-hour premiere, which is unheard of. And she recently appeared in Shades of Grey, with Zachary Levi, who we don't like anymore. So there's that movie. And then a movie called Float. But yeah, she was pretty much on everything, and you can find her on things. Here's a whole list of places you can find her. I'm not going to read them. Oh, and then we have our posters quick. So there's a wedding poster. Piper's on one side, Leo's on the other side. It's the wedding photo. They got the worst one, though, where her mouth is just kind of really big and weird. And then there's this beautiful one in the middle.
Posters were all the rage back in the day. I know it's a lost form now, but we did live on them back then.
Yeah, the rooms, the lockers, everywhere. I even made my own like little light switch cover of Charmed.
All right, let's go on to Double Trouble, Christian Keiber. So this is kind of funny. He played Scott in The Three Faces of Phoebe, and then he got a call later to like come back, and he was like, "Oh, cool! So I'm playing Scott again." They're like, "No, we're gonna have you play Frank," and he's like, "Wait, can I do that?" They're like, "Yeah, nobody will notice." We'll see how that turned out. He played Frank in San Francisco Dreamin' and Forget Me Not. He was an employee at South Bay School Services with Paige as Scott. Frank was an employee at the Bay Mirror with Phoebe. When he returned, though, Charmed fans definitely noticed, like, hey, this guy just played a different character like last season. So they definitely did not consider their audience. But just like everybody else, he says Alyssa was super helpful. She'd like help him like move into frame or like help him with the process. He, I guess, is like very energetic, and that shone through to his character. So he's kind of like too big for the show. So that's why he didn't last very long. But he eventually started a company called Creative Alley Productions, where he can produce and act in his own screenplays. Very cool. Very Tom Cruise. If nobody else wants you, just start your own company.
Honestly, it's the way.
Yep.
All right, can we go into why we're really here?
Yes.
Which is the Men of Charm.
Woo, man.
All right, are you ready? Okay, so Leo Wyatt, played by Brian Krause. First appearance, thank you for not morphing. It's funny because morphs are the different color patterns in our geckos. Okay. Character Cole Turner, played by Julian McMahon, who I did Nip Tuck with.
I know.
It's my first big guest star in Los Angeles. Sorry, I'm looking at the time, and I know I have to be somewhere at 6, which is in 20 minutes, so that's why I'm speeding through.
Okay. So you can just don't worry about this.
By the way,
just say
incredible human. Loved him. He really fought for me to have these great moments with him on that episode. Season 5 episode, Nip Tuck, go watch it. Okay. So he appeared in The Honeymoon's Over. Then we have the character everyone knows as Inspector Andy Trudeau, played by Ted King. First appearance was in Something Wicca, This Way Comes. What'd you call him? Okay. Then we have character Dan Gordon, who is played by Greg Vaughn, and that first appearance happened in Witch Trial. And then when we go to the next page, it begins with the character Henry Mitchell, who is played by Ivan Sergey. And his first appearance was Battle of the Hexes. And then our next little hottie over here is the character Kyle Brody. That is played by an actor named Kerr Smith. And first appearance was in Charmed. Wait, Charmed? Charmed. Charmed or Charmed? Charmed. No.
Charmed. It's a pirate episode.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're working off screenshots here, kids.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Moving on. Let's go across. I'll just go across the page. Well, let me go to the bottom of the page. Okay. Oh my gosh, here's a good one. The character is Jason Dean, played by McSteamy himself, Eric Dane.
Yes.
First appeared in Baby's First Demon. Oh, everyone remembers their first demon. All right, let's go. Next one over is going to be the character Jack Sheridan, played by Lachlan Monroe. I'm going to guess that is Monroe. Yeah. And the first appearance for that character was That Old Black Magic. Next was Richard Montana. That's the character name. And then it was played by Balthazar Getty. First appearance in Love's a Witch. Next, we're going to move on to the top of the next page. This is Dex Lawson, who was played by Jason Lewis, who we all know from Sex and the City, as Samantha's love interest. His first appearance was Still Charmed and Kickin'. And then, of course, we've got 98 Degree star himself, Character name Leslie St. Clair, played by the one and only Nick Lachey. His first appearance was A Call to Arms. Then we're moving on over, keeping the icons coming with the character of Jeremy, played by Eric Scott Woods. First appearance was Something Wicca Comes, This Way Comes. Ooh, Lord, got me tongue-tied. All right, we're moving down the page. Glenn Balland, he's the character name, and then Jesse Woodrow is the actor who played that character. First appearance was A Night to Remember. Moving on over to the character of Josh, played by Sean Christian. First appearance was, is there a Woggy in the house? Woogie.
Yeah. Yep.
Is there a Woogie in the house? I've thought that sometimes here. All right, character of Poop, played by Victor Webster. His first appearance was in Engaged and Confused.
Yes.
And those are our
real quick.
men of the, Charmed.
Tell us your Julian McMahon story. I know you.
So I got cast in Nip Tuck. My character, Annalyn McCord, who people know from 90210, the reboot. She played this kind of like sexy temptress who was blackmailing the surgeons to get me a free surgery. And I had an oversized nipple. And so, every episode begins with, what don't you like about yourself? Or like, why are you here? So I do that. And, basically she finagles me a free surgery. And on set, every episodic sometimes gets new directors each episode. So some directors work on a show longer, some cycle in and out. And the show had moved from Miami to LA, the story did. So they had a new director. And the new director, these actors have been with these roles for 5 years, so they know stuff. And Julian, wanted to sit next to me and give good bedside manner as the doctor. And the director was like, no, I don't want you to do it. He's like, well, I'm telling you, I'm doing it. And here's why, because I don't want to be a dick to him. He wouldn't do that, even though he's being conned into this. He's my patient, and it's a third party that's, conning him. So it was just this really incredible moment that I remember he really took care of me as an actor. And that being my first big guest star in Los Angeles, I never forgot it.
Nice. Yeah, such a beautiful man.
So that's my little story with Julian.
Guy. I love that. It's so cool that you work together.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I know you got last, kind of get through this. So we have magic versus myth. This was just giving you a bunch of things in mythology and what they're really from. I'm not going to go over them because we don't have time. But there's a lot of witches. They have witch, they have banshee, leprechaun, all kinds of stuff like that. Fairies, sirens. So, yeah.
Yeah. And powers of 3, empathy. It just talks about Phoebe's power of being able to feel what other people are feeling and how it didn't really get to evolve in the show because it was taken away by the elders. So we all kind of understand her powers, though.
Got it.
All right. Chick flick. This is the episode you watched in preparation, Jay.
Great episode. My favorite moment, obviously, I just recently watched Chick Flick, and I thought this was so cool because it's kind of like kind of unpacking kind of how you can find spirits. And I think what was really cool was for the girls, it was a new mystery for them to solve. Like they thought they had banished someone, and they sort of did, but putting him or that he snuck into the film as the villain or as the demon that they had to find was kind of a really cool moment. But anyway, let me read you this little love letter. Dear Charmed, my favorite moment in Charmed has to be the second season episode, Chick Flick. It's one of Prue's best episodes as she has some really funny lines. I love the bit where Finley Beck says, when is this photographer blessing us with his presence? And she replies, that would be me. Finley then says, you're 12.
Ooh, I'm good.
Yeah. Which she replies, oh, I'm good. It's so funny. I definitely think this season 2 was Prue's best season. She was so funny and laid back. It was perfect Prue for me. And that was from Gavin, who's 15, from Newcastle, the UK. And here's why we love it. And this is from the writer. Okay, quite simply because of the light-hearted stab, pardon the pun, at the world of movie cliches. Throw in a funny one-liner, a couple of psycho killers, and lots of silly screams, and you have a hilarious episode. And Billy, he's rather cute, too.
Yeah. Next, we have A Day in the Life of Roger Montesano. He was the prop guy for all 179 episodes. That includes the unaired pilot. Constance initially wanted a bigger Book of Shadows, and he's like, no, that's not going to work. They're not going to be able to lift it. So that's what made it smaller. Grandfather Clock was made of balsa wood, and there was also 2 different dollhouses made. So I have 3 then, so I don't feel so bad. And they would make breakaway potion bottles out of sugar glass. So that was kind of cool to know. I was like, oh, yeah. So it's just sugar. The wardrobe guy had a friend who had the original I Dream of Jeannie bottle, and that's what they used to make their version on Charmed, which is kind of fun. And there were continuity prop people, so they never threw any props out because they never knew when they would need it again, whenever it might happen to be needed. Right. Most of his props and wardrobe were sold to another company. It's a wrap, and they still have some of the stuff. They still have one of the dollhouses on display in their store in LA, which is kind of fun. They also had like a Phoebe superhero outfit there.
Amazing.
And when he asked if he has a favorite episode, he didn't really answer, so I take it he doesn't really care that much. He didn't watch the show. He doesn't know the plot. He's just like, I just work here. So, there you go. Ask Brad was same old stuff. I only got a few things out of this. He was shocked that the season 8 DVD wasn't going to have the theme song. He didn't know. And I guess because they did the commentaries, so I guess if you didn't do the commentaries, they might have had money to secure the rights for that. So I wonder if there was something going on there.
Curious.
Yeah. And speaking of energy, we had another thing. He would have liked to have Billy Zane on the show longer, but he was so much energy and probably distracting to the stars because it made their work days that much longer because he was just kind of goofing off. He's like, oh, sorry, I got to focus.
By the way, so as much as these shows took so much longer to shoot because it was on film, because there was like a lot of more practical things. Lighting is even like lighting now is like LEDs, computer operated. It's so much easier to bang out episodes of television like this. Sidebar. I have to leave in like 1 minute, and I hate this. I'm so sorry, you guys.
Okay, well, we're almost done. So why don't you just tell us where we can find you? We'll finish on our own. So thanks for joining us. Oh my gosh,
I'm on all the weird corners of the interwebs. Get my personal information from Kevin. No, I am just at J Rodriguez. That JAI Rodriguez on all social media. You can easily find me there. The guy with the blue check mark that looks like this. But boys, thank you so much for sharing this with me. This was so fun. Thank
you for agreeing to come on.
Invigorated my love of Charm. Makes me feel like I'm taking a step back in time, and I can't wait to binge it all over again. And hopefully you'll have me back, and I can
keep you posted.
Go toe to toe with Kevin and you too, Sean, with some trivia.
Thank you. It's such a pleasure meeting you.
What city are you in, Sean?
I'm in Los Angeles. I'm in Lawndale.
Oh, you're in LA as well. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. All right, boys. Well, thank you so much.
All right, thank you. All right,
talk soon.
Amazing. Bye. We'll talk to you soon. Bye. Jay had to leave us, but we will finish this up. So we're just talking about Billy Zane, how he was extending the work days for the girls, and they're like, we can't really do any more episodes with him. We're tired. So that's why he didn't last longer than the 3 episodes. So that's interesting to know.
It's funny that in the Ask Brad, Brad brings up Heroes, because we were just talking about that with Jay. How everybody wanted to do Heroes.
It was the thing of the time, and I was obsessed with that first season. Oh my gosh,
Oh yeah.
And there are lots of Charmed alums in that. We had Zachary Quinto in there too, who was a little Charmed guest star. All right, next we have the Charmed Letters Show and Spell. See, there's a star letter. Really, what's cool about the star letter is this beautiful drawing.
Wow.
It's super good. Very impressive. And I love the Golden Gate Bridge in there that was added. And that was by Timothy in San Francisco. So he's kind of showing his pride of his hometown, San Francisco. Then we have It's Charmed Time and Amy Lee. Oh, not Amy Lee from Evanescence, but another one. She's from Lancashire, UK. She made this triquetra clock in school, and I love that because all of my art projects in school were Charmed related too, and I ended up making a Charmed clock out of a paper plate with a triquetra in the middle.
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember one time in school I painted like Davey Havoc from AFI. I painted like 3 portraits of him on one thing. I was like a weird person too, painting my loves.
Nice. Yeah. So did you have any fun like art projects like that was TV related? Like Buffy or anything?
Probably a lot of like X-Men type stuff.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. I like that.
I love this last letter, convention crazy. Somebody writes in and says, like, basically, I just missed the charm convention. Are there going to be any others? And the magazine writes back, I don't see any. Like, maybe in the future there'll be a charm convention. And it's just funny knowing, like, how many charm conventions there have been.
It's nuts. And, like, well, the thing is, there are actually very few charmed specific conventions, but there are a lot of conventions with charmed actor appearances.
Right.
So, but like the new one, there's the Book of Shadows Con in Paris coming up in just a few months. That's insane. And I'm really mad that, because there was one called Vampires and Witches that was like a Buffy charmed hybrid convention that was in 2014. So that was after this too. That was very popular. So they've been getting the rounds, and I'm just jealous that they don't happen in the States. It's all Europe.
Yeah.
There's something I noticed here that's interesting to me, because they have her convention. What the is written here that the Charm magazine wrote does not match the letter that they show of her. Because they said, when I was looking at Charmed websites, I mentioned a Charmed convention that took place in 2006. None of that is exactly what the Charmed magazine wrote. So it makes me wonder if they just kind of paraphrase the letters they get and don't even put them in word for word.
You're right.
That is crazy to me. So like before, when we said like the American Girl, why would that American Girl say mom? It's because the editors just changed what she wrote.
Yes, I hate that.
Like, what? You're not even giving... It makes me mad they're not even putting it in the way that they were sent in. But okay. So that's the issue. Oh my goodness. And the only thing we have left is put that in my canonical hat, and my list for this is pretty short.
Canonical.
Wow.
So all I have is, who is that dog in the wedding photo picture? So that was funny to me. On page 19, they say Phoebe dated all these people and list boyfriends, but one of the people they listed as someone she dated was named Nick. I'm like, no, his name was Leslie. It just happened to be played by Nick Lachey, so they used his real name. And we did kind of skim by the magic myth thing. So I want to go back a little bit, because that's one canonical error in there. In the witch section, they say that the word witch comes from the Old English word Wicca, meaning sorcerer. A witch is a woman who practices witchcraft and is believed to have magical powers. But actually, the original meaning of Wicca in Old English referred to a male worker, or a sorcerer, and the Wicca with the that was mostly used, that was a male magic person. The female equivalent was Wicca with an E at the end, so Wicce. But both of them meant wise one, and so they incorrectly say women in this magazine. So that was fun, because during the witch trials, both men and women were persecuted, not just women either. So I mean, we see women mostly in media, and so it's widely believed, and that there probably were majority women, but men were too, and families and things like that were all victims, or nobody was safe really. All right, so then the last thing is our poll for next week.
Another P, imagine that.
P is for poll. It's kind of a throwaway poll because I don't care about it much, but I thought it'd be fun to do. It's, who is the best Phoebe marriage, Cole, Dex, or Coop? Because she married so many times.
Definitely Dex, because that was a very deep relationship, and she's married to him for so long.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd say Coop, mostly because
Okay.
of the expansion they did in the comics. Like, I liked him in the show, but they didn't expand on it too much. But seeing the comics, I'm going to answer that.
That makes sense. I like that. Yeah, I like Coop the most, so I'm tempted to go with that. The wedding, and I don't know. Like, are we voting on the guy or are we voting on the wedding itself? And that's subjective too, because the wedding itself was kind of blasé da. I felt like Cole was the more important marriage because it was her first, and that was the one that actually was a wedding. So in that sense, I would say Cole, but I like Coop better. So yeah, we'll just see how it goes. I'm curious. I always am. So until that, tell us about our next issue, Sean.
Coming soon, get the look. Check out the latest red carpet looks of the Charmed ones and find out how to get the look. Paige Matthews. We check out the life, loves, powers, and funniest moments of the youngest Charmed one. Power of a woman. How would the Charmed ones fare against other TV heroines? Oh, that sounds fun. Come on, Buffy. Let's see what you're made of. Buffy would probably lose, to be honest. Julian McMahon. We profile the Hollywood star behind Cole as we check out Julian McMahon's resume, plus more exclusive interviews with the cast and crew from the show. Brad fucking Kern answers more of your questions, posters, top 10s, quizzes, and much more.
Yes. So issue 22. So we did it. I'm glad we got Jay for most of it. That was super fun. I'm super excited to talk Charmed with him. I love to see Sean geek out. It was wonderful.
Not so hard.
And yeah, so tell us where we can find you to come, Sean. What's happening?
Oh, well, I don't show that, but you can find me on Shawnee Havoc on Instagram or TikTok, or you can find us on solvingforxmen.com with our other show where we're currently on Agatha All Along. Episode 3 just came out today, and we have a new guest every week on that, and we're learning witch stuff as we go.
Absolutely. And you can find me at KGZ87 on Instagram, or follow this podcast, Words of the Witches, Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, all the places. So we'll see you in 2 weeks for the next issue. Thanks for listening, Spellworders! Your destiny still awaits!
So wait.